All right, welcome back everyone to the FNTV studio here at MWC Barcelona 25. We're very excited to be here despite the weather. I was told it was going to be sunny. It's not, so I'm going to wear my sunglasses just despite during the entire show. All right, let's get on to the topic at hand. We're talking about NTN, the non-terrestrial networks, and the role that they're going to play in connecting everyone. A lot of misconceptions, a lot of ideas out there that might be a bit out of date, and I'm very excited to welcome our guests to talk about it. Let's start, Serge, with your point of view around what gap do these NTNs serve? What's their purpose and where are they being deployed?
Yeah, very good question. NTN, from our perspective as a satellite network operator, is all about addressing coverage gaps. You know, we provide service to extend the actual wireless operator's network, filling all the gaps that would not normally be filled with terrestrial infrastructure.
Excellent. And let's talk about from Mavenir's perspective. Of course, this is going to take a technical effort, right? Bringing in the right technology, the right capacity and capabilities. Can you maybe tell us about where we are with that and what are some of those capabilities that are evolving as we look at it from a technology perspective?
Absolutely. So when we talk about the overall non-terrestrial network, we talk about satellite, ground station, and the RAN and core solution. Where Mavenir comes into the picture is where we do the RAN and core solution for the NB-IoT and NR-NTN solutions. As of now, we are working on NB-IoT NTN. We are also developing NR-NTN on top of it. And another breakthrough that we have done recently is voice over NB-IoT, where we did the first demo with Terrestar collaboration with some of the chipset vendors, and we were able to make the first voice over NB voice call capable, possible.
Brilliant. And Luke, I know that you have a very good story to tell about the ecosystem. I also want to put you on the hot spot and talk about Starlink, because you're the one that can tell us about what role they play. But I think also that device ecosystem and how that's evolving.
Sure, yeah. There are two approaches to NTN in the market currently alongside each other. We have the 3GPP standardization approach that the likes of Mavenir and Terrestar are driving forward, using dedicated L and S-band spectrum to provide 3GPP services. It does need devices available to support those spectrum and that technology, which is growing. We do see a growing number of devices supporting that spectrum now. We have some from Apple, of course, and the Samsung ecosystem as well, developing there as well. On the flip side, to your question on Starlink, we see an approach from SpaceX Starlink and AST Space Mobile and a company called Link as well, sharing operator spectrum to provide similar levels of services. So we see a demo currently active in the market with T-Mobile and Starlink providing services there. But of course, there are challenges there with regulation and with spectrum interference as well. So yeah, two quite different approaches, but achieving pretty similar aims.
Excellent. Well, let's close out by thinking 1 year ahead. Of course, every year we come together in Barcelona for better or worse. What would you like to be the story of NTN in 2026? What would be a successful year ahead for the technology? Let's start with you, sir.
We see a very fast-paced development in the NTN area right now. We foresee, access more and more devices that are NTN capable. The infrastructure will evolve very quickly, going from narrowband IoT to full-fledged channel. So we're going to see a lot of things developing over the next 2 to 3 years. It's going to be interesting to follow.
Excellent. Suman, do you have any thoughts on that as well, the year ahead?
So if you ask me, if you look at the overall population on Earth, there's like 7% of the population that is not being covered by any terrestrial network at this given point of time. That's almost like 500 million people out there. So with NB-IoT as the starting point, are we solving some basic necessity problems for those customers? So that's the potential of NTN by covering those individuals. And whether economics is going to make sense comes based on willingness to pay, where those customers are going to have that willingness to pay for this basic IoT on smartphones, and what that dollar amount is going to be. Is something that has to be figured out, but then we have a problem that needs to be solved, and NTN is a solution for that.
Brilliant. And closing out with Luke here, global view, what do you think the year ahead holds for NTN?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of activity has been in North America, in the US and Canada, where there is a real need for these solutions. But I think looking to other markets and other regions around the world, places like Europe, but also Asia, Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, actually there are large regions and big countries that need access to these kind of technologies. So seeing that kind of develop in those areas will be exciting for the few years ahead, I think.
Excellent. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here at FNTV, and I look forward to catching up next year on how we're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.